I think that all those green initiatives are great. And how do we make this meeting worth everything? Is we're going to show you where we think things could be, and then if you say, well, uh, maybe this can be here instead of this, that's you become sort of the artist in a way for this, and yourself, Marina, for this project. In that we're going to supply the imagery, either a video artist or for an illuminated for a plasma, or for an illuminated piece like you said, or for a billboard size image, or for a wrap, and for you guys to take our imagination and either scale it back or push it forward. And because we're dreamers and you are dreamers with a reality base.
We'd like to probably, our goal would be to do the extremes, so something that's really eye-catching that maybe people haven't seen before, like the solar. Like if we do a couple of solar illuminated outdoor, that's a newspaper picture right there. That
Right.
you have if there's, I think I passed like a little town square green area where I saw a gazebo, but you can put some of that outside, and then you can also have something where you have more like some standard stuff in a storefront, let's say an empty storefront, where you're just banging out lots of 20 by 24s of, people, like let's say the competition logo art, they can you send me the 36 files all at one time. I can
Right.
that's something easy for me to do, and you can line a couple of storefronts with that kind of contribution, where we just do, if you have a local framer in town, we can work with a local framer too, in terms of giving, that, but doing sort of the extremes, some simple things and then some really elaborate. The big banners are actually not that incredibly difficult to do. It's more the installation, and it becomes more tricky for those than anything else. The actual production of those is definitely something we'd love to add scale to it. Working with store windows is also, when you actually have the window and you can put the visuals in the windows themselves, you can cover the full window, even if it's a multi-story building, like what we have right now in Harry Winston. We've got all the floors of that building. Was that like a 12-story building that each has a window shade that has a graphic on it, which is really cool. And there's a lot of different things to be used, but what we try to do is avoid things that are like expensive and don't deliver the impact. We'll try to steer you away from that kind of stuff. And that would, a lot of expense would come from really tricky installations on sides of buildings. That would be where money gets sort of used up. So if we can sort of, not go uphill, we can stretch the dollars,
And what about the vinyl for the billboards? Is that something that separate? Would that be sponsored by you guys, or would that?
We're willing to sponsor a good portion. I'll work. I've had some rough conversations with Tara after bottles, and it looks like a canvas. It's a little rough. It doesn't have a soft feel to it, but it's you wouldn't know that it's from all 100% recycled bottles, and you can print it. So there's just different things that are. I think we get more attention for this, especially when if we have a green festival and all ends up in a landfill. We can print even the flyers on green paper. I think we did for the 11 by 17 posters we did already for you guys. So, we did those.
Yeah, and the new banner is bamboo, both the stand and the.
So
Which is cool.
so all this is great. I think again, thank you to DeGal for your support. I've always wanted to. Chaya would always ask me, when are we going to do something together? This was like 10 years ago, and this is a perfect time to do something.
Be a neighbor.
I am just discovered Suffern. I've lived here for 30 years, and I've just kind of discovered Suffern really by chance. Is what this is really about for me. And it's been. I was thinking this morning, I already got exactly what I wanted to get out of this event for myself, is discovering the community, and it's been amazing. Where one day I was walking around, I saw Dave for breakfast, I tried to leave, Vince caught me, and I didn't realize I knew as many people and that all those people knew each other, so it's been kind of And what I was saying last night was I discovered that you get out of your car and you walk, you realize 3 blocks is a lot more than you drive through. Anyway, Avon is east, so we're traveling east, and there's which is kind of in this space, and then there are basically on this map we try to indicate based on Tara and Spencer's walkthrough initially, and we kind of mapped out the things that they actually were talking about. And there are a bunch of opportunities. There are some really cool spots. I mean, this idea of either like a Durtran type material in this empty lot and projecting lighting or something along those lines. We talked about projection this way. I've done a lot of video walls and LED stuff.
Which is a cool one.
It's a good spot.
You know,
If possible,
timeline.
actually do projection
Who's going to
over
design
here.
it?
It might be a solid thing. It might be something.
No one is moving away from it, I assure you. Let alone light. We'll all be okay.
From their point of view, it's frontlit beyond reason, for within there. So
Well, there's something that's hugely advantageous right there. You see the grills they have?
yep.
If those grills weren't there, this would be extremely expensive because it'd be really hard to get it onto the glass frame. But I could strap and ratchet onto those frames. This is their permanent one. They already have the branding. So
Right.
people are taking lots of pictures by default.
Oh,
This is
that's a
this
good
gets
point.
them so if they're going to take it in, they a lot of the images would have their so if this is a signature piece without us having to sort of do anything or compromise anything, it's already there.
Yeah, you're right.
And they'll get their
Perfect.
branding.
Have you been inside this building?
No.
City Hall.
The old high school, right?
Yeah. No, I mean it's fine. It's not difficult. The one thing you have to know is that in order to, you put one on each side of that window, you could, roughly see there's like a frame pattern.
Yes, I see. This on the
I was thinking cover the window. So this is where we wanted to have another banner. Maybe the side. Projecting, right? But I don't understand how you're going to project here.
Right off that.
That's
Actually, this
stone.
way. I've never really noticed it. The way to do it is, and it's kind of a standard thing, is to build a scaffold.
Yeah.
And you can see this from the train station.
But I also think these could be like
I think it's a
cool
cool banner.
banner.
I did too.
I think it's one of the advantages of this start. I think that it's
Got the drilling. How about
Alright, so it's just drilling in this thing and we can cut out the windows, or if he doesn't mind, it can go, over the windows. And it might look kind of cool actually. I mean, again, go either way. The only issue is, does he mind that we'd have to sort of drill and you can just easily hook on a band, go the whole
Perfect.
length of that fence. Should definitely use it. You can do,
Performance in that.
you can definitely do, you can do one long strip, or you can do individual works, whatever, but using the fence is, anytime I have like a construction shed or a wood fence, it's just so easy for me
That's
to
awesome.
drill into the surface of the brick.
Well,
Not that many points, and it's not that, but it'll do, like you could cover that whole space, but, every couple of feet there's gotta be a
now the thing is, you see the different brick that they have between the front and the back and the way they transitioned it.
yeah.
As long as we're not doing anything to the front, I'm okay with working with the back because I have to repoint the building in the back.
Okay. Well, so as long as you leave the good brick in the center, yeah, you can.
Well, the thing is that brick runs around right to the front of the building, and what they did is when they built it, they used a cheap
I was thinking that it would be
So if we're doing it in the back, I'm okay.
Okay, so just
so that it's
cover this whole side of it.
You can anchor into this frame, anchor into the frames there. Anchor this I wouldn't mind. Just like replace.
But if we anchored in there, can we just like put